You're going to want an array of tools, from your normal sockets, wrenches, etc. Brake clean, .4 brake fluid. You're going to want a torque wrench and of course your spare parts. I get mine from Babbitt's online, no cheaper than anywhere else, but they certainly ship out. What is unusual for this is I think I'm going to need a little piece of plywood and a small plastic bag with an elastic band. Also, to remove the pannier, you're going to remove 3 10mm head bolts. 1, 2 and 3. Once you've got the bolts removed, the pannier should just lift up and come free. There we go. Once you've got the pannier off, I'm going to take the muffler off because I don't want any brake fluid going on the chrome work there. So I've got 4 bolts, 2 are obvious. 1, 2, and then 2, 1 to separate the pipe from the header, and then 1 to separate it from the decorative chrome finish. Take care when removing the mufflers. There's a little grommet here, there's 2, there's 1 on either side, and the bottom ones will fall out as you remove the muffler, so make sure they don't run away and get lost. And then twist and pull. There we go. Here's our brake caliper. We've got the 2 bolts holding it onto the swing arm. I think they're at 25 foot-pounds or so, and then we have the banjo bolt going to the actual brake pedal. So for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack this while it's still attached, and then nip it up, but to a lesser spec, and then undo these 2. Before I get too carried away, I'm going to put some cardboard to protect my paintwork and the tyre on the brake fluid. 12mm. Just put a plastic bag on that, stop the brake fluid going everywhere and keep dust etc. out of my brake fluid. Now I'm going to take out the banjo bolt. Crush washers are going to be replaced. I've got those in my spare parts. 2 of them, banjo bolt. Then I'm going to drain the fluid, or what I can of the fluid. Take out the pads. There is a little clip here, and that is it. So we're just going to take that, pull that out. There it is, little clip. Pads. And there are the 2 pistons that we intend to either replace or inspect, and the packing, etc. To get the pistons out, that's where we're going to use the plywood and a bit of compressed air through the banjo bolt connection. So we're going to put the plywood there, put a very low pressure on. I've never done this before, so I'm going to use 25 psi and see what that does, and then go from there. And then I'm trying to blow these out. Now we want to both come out at the same time. Don't put your finger down there because that's just going to nip your finger. So I'm going to then add a little bit of packing to my plywood until I know what I'm doing. There are the cylinders. There is a little bit of debris in there. So I'm going to replace those packing with my spare parts. There are 2 rings in here, 1 packing and 1 seal, and 2, so 4 in total, and then the actual pistons. So as I look in here, there's actually quite a bit of debris inside of those pistons, some large. There's 1 ring out. another ring out. This is going to take me a little more fiddling than I got. There we go, there it is. So the replacement parts need to be coated in silicone grease before you can put them in. The pistons, once they're cleaned up, unless I need to use some new ones, will be coated in clean brake fluid. So all of the gaskets, silicone grease, the pistons, clean brake fluid. There's the second. And now we're going to do the same thing with the other two seals. That's one in. Now we get the second. There we go. And it goes in the front of the only remaining slot. So there we go. We've got our seals and packing in place. Wasn't particularly difficult. I was expecting more of a fight. So I've cleaned up this one piston. I can't get rid of that line, and there's a little bit of pitting which I presume is outside of the seals anyway, but that line is causing me some indigestion, and I've not come this far to not cross the finish line, so I'm going to replace the pistons, which I have on hand. Just apply a little more silicone gel here. Some clean brake fluid. Don't forget to get around that bend there, the end, because that's the bit that's got to get through those seals. Just make sure that's looking good. Yep. And there's the second one. So you can see a tab there goes to the just to the side. And spring in place. There we go. Now the spec is that the shaft and the other shaft that we've removed should be coated in silicone grease. There we go. Don't forget to install the clip. Or a new clip if you have one, I don't. There we go. And that's ready to reinstall on the bike. Now what I might So I'm going to do exactly the reverse. I'm going to nip these up and most of the way with a small wrench, and then I'll get my torque wrench on those, and once those are up then we'll torque the Badger bolt and the new crush washers. can't find any leaks, but I'm going to give everything a nice hose down with some warm soapy water. Just dilute any brake fluid that may have spilt. Place the grommets. Make sure you've got the bottom and the top. And throw a little tarnish cleaner on the bright work.